Hey everyone, how are you? I'm just getting caught up with these comments. I just had my granddaughter trying to work out, we're trying to work out still, guys, how to pin things to the chat. It's driving me insane. Live view comments show up on StreamYard. Griff was going to help me the other day, and I was out and about and doing groceries and things, and I wasn't at home at the time. But if anyone's got a real quick way of saying, this is how you do it, Sharon, I would love it. Welcome, everyone. We've got Josie, Miss Justice, Sandy, my beautiful friend Sandy Ridgway. You're all my beautiful friends. I love you all. Joanne Tucker, Nancy, and Joanne's been in here for half an hour waiting, but I had to take care. Oh, Crime and Justice. I'm trying to pin a comment, Crime and Justice. And I don't know if I do it here in StreamYard or I do it in YouTube Studio. And I have Googled it and I ended up more confused. Hi, Twiggy. Oh, thank you for coming in to say hi. I appreciate it. So, yeah, it's confusing. I've gone into settings. I've gone into all the side tabs. It's probably one little button I'm not aware of or something like that. But I wanted to pin the cue. So do you guys, hi April, welcome from upstate New York. Yeah, so you all are probably aware of Q car locks. It's sort of been a combined marathon event from Q Carlock, John QQ, True Crime Commentary, Scott H, Tiffany Marie. They've all sort of been online constantly for 2 days straight. Might be 2 days, 3 nights, I'm thinking, something like that. They did a 12-hour straight live. So Q Carlock has set up a merch store for, let's not get this confused with anything else though. This is purely 100% of every penny that anyone purchases these products go directly to the Summerwell's Reward Fund. There's no split. There's no nothing. Q Carlock is getting zilch out of doing this. And she set up the whole store. I'm just going to share her little, so if anyone hasn't seen it, the products that they're selling, and it's taken her hours and hours. Now my voice is going to do its usual hissy fit. I think it's a great idea. So this is, and I've got it in the description and I'll put it in the chat. Sorry, guys. But she has phone cases, she has mugs, she has hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, baby onesies, short sleeve t-shirts. We call them track pants down under, but I think you guys call them sweatpants, backpacks. stickers. There's just singlet tops. And she's got little bags, canvas bags, pencil cases, pillows. And then she has her own ranges promoting her own All Lives Matter and Just Justice. And she also has stuff on Baby Mackenzie, I think. But it takes a lot of time to set these things up. But yeah, I wanted to support the Mackenzie Strong. Isn't that just the most gorgeous design? I don't know who made that, but I love it. I just think it stands out super well. Gorgeous. And I'm pretty sure the we'll keep that up there. Oh, thank you for coming a member, Jenny's Cuddles and Kisses. Welcome. And guys, you won't believe it. I'll finish what I'm talking about here first before I go on to that, because I have tears pouring down my face right now. There's two promo codes. One is for the US and there's two different ones. The one for the US is Save Summer. And if you live outside of the USA, it is Find Summer. So just keep that in mind. It's a promo code and there will be a reduction in the price of things on those products as you go through the checkout. And the last time I heard on Penny's Live a few hours ago, it was up to over 5,200, I think. So it's massive. I'm just so excited that these guys have put this together, and it's an honor to be a part of it and to promote it. And yeah, if anyone likes to, that's where we go and what we are doing. It's a pity I have a new little grandson that's 12 weeks old, and I thought, I wonder if I can change the colour of the little onesie and make it a blue one. You have a good day. Oh, it's Josie got to go. Hi, Gabby B. Yeah, so in 3 nights, 2 days, they've raised over $5,200. But as I said, they've been online, like doing marathons. I don't think any of them have slept properly in 3 days. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Oh, Raz is here. How was your movie last night, Raz? I had my stitching night, as you guys know, with my friend. We ordered Chinese. We had a lovely night. And we watched this new show. Oh, my God, guys, it was so disturbing. Worth a watch. It sort of set me back a bit, actually. It's on Netflix, and it was... I'm going to have to look it up. This is how good my brain's working today, guys. It was called, you've probably all seen it, House of Secrets, the Barari deaths. Has anyone watched it yet? Oh, dear Lord. It's about a family in India, true crime, and 11 family members, 3 generations in one house, all committed suicide by hanging from a room in the house in a circle. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not going to do a spoiler alert in case no one's watched it, but it's worth a watch. Like, I was just beside myself. Can Pin, Crime and Justice is trying to help me here, on YouTube live stream by hitting the 3 dots at the side of the comment. So I don't do it in StreamYard, Crime and Justice. Okay, let's have a look at this, guys. So if I click on that and I stop my thingo, oh, you might have saved my life, little miss. Oh my God. So I can pop out the chat in here. Where's the 3 little dots? Maybe I've got to go to live chat. All messages are visible. I can still see you guys. It doesn't say pin comment. This is try. Oh, wait a minute. Aha, pin message. So if I put it in here, okay, guys, I'm going to try this. Thank you so much, Crime and Justice. You are a legend. Well, I've never actually done a live from YouTube. I always just look at my chat through. So if I put that in there, oh my God, I've learned something today, guys. Woohoo! There we go. My first pin message. Now I can toggle my chat out as well. Pop out chat. Yes. That is exciting. Thank you so much, Crime and Justice. I have been trying to work that out forever. Now I've lost the whole thing. Restore chat. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. I am getting there. That's so exciting. Thank you so much. There we go. So, Q Carlock's merch store is pinned in the chat. I can now say that. There you go. Thanks so much. Yes, Justice for Summer. You can unpin it the same way. Just hit the 3 dots and it should say unpin. Speaking of quilts, I had a dream last night that you live near me and saw, oh, guess what happens now, guys? Now I can't, live near me and saw you and a friend at your quilting shop. And we were talking about squares of material for chase quilt. That was my next little exciting bit of, you guys have no clue how much fabric I buy. And as I told you all before, there is so I have like a full shop full of fabric in my studio. I did accidentally in PJs one day turn the camera around and showed you my pigsty of a mess and everything, but I found my my stash of Paw Patrol this morning. Like I've been working on stuff for the members with the Paw Patrol fabric I already had, but this morning I'm so excited because I have found the sweetest stash of Paw Patrol. Now, I've had this since my 9-year-old granddaughter was like 2.5, 3, and she went through a crazy Paw Patrol fan club time, and I knew I had it in the back of my mind. Well, my brain's all over the place all the time. I thought I had it, but I wasn't sure where it was, and that's a big thing. Yes, Katrina, you've told us that before. Anyway, I found it all this morning, and I've been busy cutting out pieces and putting things together, and it's all the Paw Patrol stuff I had in the house was like bright red, and I always worry about working with red fabric purely because once red is washed, and Summer's face is in the center on white fabric, if you can picture that. I don't have the camera set up on this yet. I will get the adapter tomorrow so we can do that. Hi, Kathy Cooper, the hodgepodgery. Welcome. So you got to picture this. I print out Summer's face on fabric in the center, okay? And then around the outside, I cut out and stitch together little Paw Patrol hexagons and things, and it just grows and grows and gets bigger and bigger, okay? So with the red fabric, it's been annoying me, and that's why I haven't showed you guys, because I'm worried about what's going to happen to Summer and the white fabric in the center once I wash it, because 9 times out of 10, especially with what do you call it? Like normal 100% designer fabrics don't run, but merchandise type fabrics will run. So I'm going to give it a test wash in the morning and see what happens. But I don't want to show you as if like the red runs and you can't see Summer, because it defeats the purpose. But now I have found all this other white fabric and it's all like purples, purple Paw Patrols and the little girly ones. Where is it? Oh, you're just going to love it. In the morning, as soon as I drop the girls at school, I'm going to go and get this adapter for the camera, and I'll be able to show you guys. And hopefully I'll have another lot ready to go. I bet the wash will help set the colour. Yeah. I'm just worried it'll run and, like take her print out of the white fabric and you can't see her, because that defeats what I'm trying to do. Yeah, find Summer, Kathy Cooper, coupon codes. In the US, it's Save Summer, and outside of the US, it's Find Summer. It's Betty Boop here. Hi, Betty Boop. Welcome. Isn't it an awesome idea, though? And the backpack. You're walking down the street, same with a hoodie or a T-shirt. They're going to see Summer's face everywhere, guys. Did you see Chris's? Yes, I did. I've already put my little going thing in there. I'm so excited. It feels like it's been weeks and weeks since we've listened to Chris, but yeah, I'll be there for sure. Wood pudding vinegar in there is a product you can buy. It's like a wafer sheet or something at the supermarket, but I'll just it's only one block per se. I'm going to test and just see how it goes. But I have heard that, Betty Boop, that you can put vinegar in. I don't use lots and lots of full-on deep reds in a lot of my stuff. Isn't that funny that she had a dream that I was at a quilt shop? I was supposed to go on Friday with my friend to our local quilt shop. It's half an hour away. But whatever that happened to me with that fish the night before, I wasn't going to leave the house. The first few times we always hand wash in cold water and then lay things out on netting to air dry. Our attempts are to set the colours. Yep. I wonder if I can get that up here. Because there's this stuff I use. That's how I get Summer's face and whatever I want. I get up on a computer and there's special fabric. You can only use it on inkjet printers. We have a laser printer in the house and I can't print out on laser. I wasted 3 bits of this special fabric. An Australian, it's $25 for 5 sheets in a pack. And it took me stupidly 3 attempts at printing through the laser printer before I worked out that laser printers don't work. Once you read the fine print, it has to be done with an inkjet printer. So I'm going to use my daughter's. She's got one for the rest of them. And it's amazing how you can mix old-fashioned crafts, not that they're old-fashioned, but, you know, craft work with technology and make these awesome keepsakes forever and ever. I'm still blown away that Don and Candice are on their way to, or they'd be there now, wouldn't they? Filming with Dr. Phil. Shout. Yes, Katrina, they're colour catchers and they do work. When I go to get the adapter, I'm going to fly into the supermarket and grab some of them as well. Because I don't want to show you as a half-ass, you know, epic fail. I want to be sure it's going to be fabulous. And I've ordered another roll of wadding and that's on its way. So even though I haven't been on, I've been busy working on our members' gifts and doing heaps in the background, still trying to support the other creators with what they're doing, and I think it's fabulous. I really, really feel sad for Jodie Sue having to move twice since all this started. It's just a lot, isn't it? But then today I'm like, please just don't talk for a little bit, because I was getting more and more worried for her. You know, like, if it's scary and dangerous for you, you've got to do you first and your family, and maybe just sit back for it just a little while longer, you know. I know she's talking to Penny behind the scenes and stuff, but I'm really worried for her. I wonder if Candice is going to dress proper. I know, we were talking about that yesterday, T. Riley. My God. I don't think Dr. Phil would allow riffraff on his stage somehow. I'm thinking you might make her put... I can't see her wearing a dress. I think that's been sort of like the main query, what she's going to wear, what she's going to... Like Donna wear his shirt and, oh my God. Baltimore must be her ex that she's left, Katrina, from what I can gather. Like her partner that she's now separated from, that still lives on Beach Creek. from what I can gather. Yeah, let's hope there's definitely a bra in place. The one who does the bra thing and the side boob and all that to it that cracks me up every single time is Doug. He can address that like no other. But we haven't seen her for a while either. Maybe she's got hair extensions, guys, and she's all she's been hitting the gym, and she might look like completely different. We might not even recognize her, because when you think about it, we haven't seen her since the last prayer vigil, really. We see Don still. Yeah, I think Gabby, I think it is her ex-Baltimore. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. And she got really emotional on there today, and oh my God. You know, I think we've all been in a relationship where it doesn't end. What's the word, guys? I'm not going to say, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but not in a good way. We'll say it like that. And just dealing with that component is a lot without adding in all the noise of Summer's case and law enforcement and everything else that is involved with her leaving Beach Creek Road. Does anyone know if Don reached out to Dr. Bill, or did Dr. Bill reach out to Don? I don't know, Gabby. I haven't heard anyone say who contacted who yet, but it wouldn't surprise me that Don reached out to Dr. Phil, because of the fact he was the one who reached out to the behavioural panel, and his statement that keeps ringing in my head about how he was going to come for Chris McDonough, and he was going to, what was the phrase? He was going to ruin his name, and all the rest of Donald's threats towards Chris McDonough. In my eyes, the way I'm looking at it, Don Wells thinks, yeah, he's going to get on Dr. Phil's show and he's going to come at Chris McDonough, because Dr. Phil is bigger than Chris McDonough. Yeah, Nita's World has been, she was talking to Steve Wilkes and Wilco's family, Steve Wilco's wife, and I know she was in contact with Dr. Phil as well. But I think Donald's focus is to get back at Chris McDonough on Dr. Phil's platform, and I am hoping that Dr. Phil pulls the rug out from under his feet, if that's the plan. Twiggy says, I'm willing to bet that Don is going to use Dr. Phil. Yeah, exactly what I was just saying, Twiggy. We think alike. Don, oh, hi, Mystical. How are you? Don believes that he is so much. Oh, doesn't he what? Like, I think that's the most. But guys, as much as I feel for Jodie Sue and her situation and everything that she witnessed from the minute before and up until today that has gone on with Summer's case, that she lived directly opposite them and she's seen and heard a lot. There are things that happened that Don doesn't know that Candace said or did on the night. And there are things, you know, it goes both ways. None of them sort of knew what was going on to this day with And the dogs, like today, Sue was saying the dogs, and I'm not trying to call her out. I'm just saying I can 100% remember from day dot where the very first time Candace spoke to Ainsley Daniels on that little interview at the side of the house, and I'll try and find it. It's in one of my other videos. I'll go back and have a look, where Candace said, law enforcement didn't tell us they were bringing their dogs up here. They should have let us know they were coming, because we would have locked our dogs up, you know. So the dogs 100% were there that afternoon and that night. They might have not been there all day, but there certainly were dogs there, because I can remember her saying that her, and even Don said on the behavioural panel that law enforcement's dogs followed his dogs, like followed Don's dogs. Oh, Betty Boop. That is, yeah, I know. I would, Karen Justice says, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Candace is a no-show. She hasn't even been on local news since early on, if you think about it. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. We haven't seen her for ages in person. Like, even at the prayer vigil, she hasn't been going to. That's what I'm saying. I wonder what she looks like now. Well, the last time I physically seen Candace was their little party night live with Skeezy. And I thought she'd passed away in the chair when her arm flopped down. That was the last time I physically seen Candace. Gabby says, I am sure Dr. Phil would have done his homework and knows all that has gone on in YouTube land. And if Don even blames Chris, Dr. Phil will come down hard on him for blaming others. Oh, my God, I hope so, Gabby. I hope he calls them out on there. Like, if there's an abuse out there, and I'm going SA, I'm going every child, everything. I hope he calls them out on everything and asks them. They both will be either methadone or Suboxone, so kind of strong anxiety meds. I don't know. He's trying to preach now, even on the behavioural panel. He was trying to say that they're back on the right track and they're not even drinking anymore and all that sort of shit. So let's see how long that lasts. Gypsy, hello. Welcome. They did not bark because no one but the 3 suspects were there, I guess. Well, yes, exactly. At the time she went missing. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, what is it with Don not wanting Candace? Because it's more than just the male, the male alpha thing, don't you think? They should be united in talking about everything, I feel. And he keeps saying she doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to talk. But is it that way? He's afraid she's going to crack, T. Riley says. I think he's scared of her. I'm just going to say that. I don't think he's the only abuser in this little setup. Raz says, yes, Gabby B. Don thinks he is Mac Daddy and is running this whole scenario and that nobody sees through his lies. Oh, we do, don't we? I want to know when and if anything has happened with this. And it's going to be interesting to me if Dr. Bill brings up the essay and what he feels that has to do in this situation. Like, there's so much. I wonder if it's going to be one episode or if it's going to be a few episodes. Like, how did Don know the dogs weren't there that day? I know, he was supposedly at work, Miss Justice. I suggest 2 drug tests up front. Me too, Gypsy. And I wonder, like we were saying yesterday, is there going to be lie detector tests? Because usually with something this controversial, he will throw that straight in there, won't he? And you know how yesterday, guys, we were talking about, because obviously I'm an Australian and you guys were teaching me about how the sheriff department works and all that sort of thing. I honestly think, and I said this to Scott H in True Crime Commentaries live chat, and I'm not even joking anymore. I honest to God feel that Scott H or Chasing or somebody needs to oppose Ronnie Lawson. To have a sheriff's badge, do you have to be a fully fledged police officer, as in go through the academy, or is it just like electing a mayor? Surely they have to be qualified. We need to get Scott qualified up, or somebody who knows that area and knows the bullshit that's underground that can clean this situation up. Yeah, I sort of thought that'd have to be training. I just wasn't 100% sure, because you know how they can, I've seen on movies, and this might be just for a movie. I don't know crime and justice. I don't know how it works, and that's why I ask you guys these questions, because you guys know. But you know how they can deputise someone off the street and say you're now a deputy for the sheriff's department and they're not qualified? Okay, Gabby, that's okay. Well, maybe we need to find who was taping Mystical. I've heard that and seen that come up in chats before, and no one could really answer it. Some people said Candace was, but then if you look at some of the tapes or the videos, Candace is slothed in the seat, or, you know, she's actually sitting in the church. You see footage of her, so she's not the one taping or videoing. Used to be taping in the old days. Don wasn't there, so he couldn't know anything about the dogs. He says things like they weren't there as a means of not having to explain why they didn't defend Summer from strangers. Yes. Yeah, anything that, yeah, I get exactly what you're trying to say. He'll just make up his own conclusion to it and just add that to the story, like, oh, this is what happened. Our church video records all of our services because they live stream them on Facebook for all that can't attend. Yeah, I think it's becoming quite common now. Yeah, maybe it's just, especially during the pandemic, a lot of people didn't want to, like, during the first 2020 session, my mother-in-law refused. No, she didn't refuse. It was when we first went into lockdown, and they suggested that the elderly didn't go, and if they had someone to help them with their groceries and things, to do that, and they should stay at home. This is before the shots and everything else. Well, ever since then, we've never got her back to going down the street to do her groceries. So there would be a lot of people that now find it easier for their day-to-day routine to do things differently. And maybe it suits them better to attend church via Facebook. How many church members? I know, mystical. That's still crazy to me that there's a collaboration between that particular church and the theatre company. Don's saying people took their dogs and replaced them. I know. He's just got to put his own little victim scenario in there, doesn't he? The poor little petal took his good dogs and replaced them with mutts. Like, hello, they're all interbred. You do not... Oh, dear Lord. I heard the church always film the sermons, but stopped filming after all videos were shared on social media. Yeah, I heard that too, Gabby. And Mr. Dodson now has a girlfriend, I also seen in one of the chats, and he doesn't go to that church anymore. I thought that was interesting. He does though, guys. He plays victim in anything and everything. And do you know, another thing he does is if he's done something or said something wrong, he then reflects that over to somebody else as if they've done that thing, as we've seen over and over and over. He has problems, as we know. Yeah, mystical. I didn't know whether they actually focused on her, or is it because she was so busy during the service. You know, she was always seemed to be running from the congregation up onto the stage. But yeah, I do get what you mean. You know, when the kids were sitting beside the stage and all that, some always seemed to be right in the thick of it. And what Miss Justice says, what's with that disgusting mattress in the news video? He didn't think to get rid of it beforehand. I know. And that fridge. I hadn't noticed that fridge before either. Yet Mr. Dodson, like, he's probably got nothing to do with it, and he's a lovely guy, but there was something about him that, I don't know, made me feel a certain way, but I can't. Yeah. Gypsy, that basement is exactly that, isn't it? It's not a bedroom for little kids. It's not a playroom. It's the basement, but for all the wrong reasons. Like, it still physically makes me feel sick when I think about it. And like, them windows, with the reflective silver paper stuff. I don't understand. I will never understand. Like, I know it gets hot and all the rest of it, but he works in construction. And if he had the door that led outside so you couldn't see in, why could he not do the same thing for the windows if it was people viewing in that was the problem? Wouldn't you want, I don't know, fresh air and light and I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, he is a bit sketchy to me. And I didn't like it one little bit, and I still don't understand that. Remember the day he took the 3 boys to play putt-putt golf? If my 5-year-old daughter allegedly was kidnapped and we couldn't find her, do you think I'd be letting the other 3 out of my line of vision? Seriously? With someone from church? Hell no. Not happening, boo. But they were fine with it. I never understood that either. Yeah, that whole yard is disgusting. And I get it, you live in rural areas, there's going to be like an old car body here and there. And, you know, my hubby over here's got, I'll call it shit. To him, it's not shit, but he has like planks and things that pull out that you put planks on top of and bits and pieces, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It looked like there was just no pride in absolutely anything on earth except for that red Subaru. Do we know guy who put wreath in front of church for someone? What's his name? Hi, Nancy Pryor. The guy who put the wreath there. I don't know who he was, Nancy. Jenny's Cuddles and Kisses said, Tiffany said it's that they took parts out of the church videos and spliced it together. Summer wasn't really focused on, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, so they've cropped Summer out so that she was the main focus. I get that. I know, Betty Boop, I've seen this. Don said he has, and someone else brought it up in another chat and I lost it. They said to this comment Betty Boop's just made, Don said he has $3,000 in the bank, but they were sleeping on a nasty mattress, right? And someone in someone else's chat said, yeah, that's his bail money. He's got it there. And I just thought that was gold. Yeah, but I suppose they don't have to feed children anymore or pay for clothing or look after their kids anymore, so they should be bloody banking money too. Do they have to pay the department for like child support while the kids are in care? Does anyone know? Because I'm sure the kids could use that $3,000. If not now, in the future. Raz says, I got money in the bank comment was so cringy, especially when someone wrote stimulus check in response to it. Yeah, exactly. But what's a lot of money to Don Wells? I was curious about that too. Like, he's like, because he was sort of saying it like he was comfortably situated. He didn't have to ever worry about money. And I thought, we only need one round of utility bills to come in and more than half of that's gone. You know, that's not it's a lot of money, but in this day and age, when you look at living expenses from month to month, that isn't a great deal of money. And if you've got no kids to look after and all you ever do is work, dude, you should have more than that in the bank, maybe. I asked Donna Serafina mentioned Guy with Reef in her reading. Oh, did she, Nancy? I've listened to that a couple of times now, and yeah, I do vaguely remember she did say something about that. I'm going to have to go back and listen again now. Rose says, Crime and Justice, his in custody comment sure made it seem like they were in witness protection or something ridiculous. Yes, that was my biggest thing, other than going for Chris McDonough. That was my biggest peeve of that whole segment, guys, was when he tried to portray to these two professionals that the only reason the boys were taken was for their own safety, and it's what he thought should happen, like it was his decision, not the reality of the situation. Do you see that's what I was trying to say earlier about something will happen and he will try to justify it with his own story to make himself look good. And that's what this genre of people are good at. They will fit a narrative to suit what people are throwing them under the bus for to try and justify it. Yeah, they should be paying for their kids, no matter like whether they're with them or not. They should be contributing. Miss Justice, surely they take, I've asked this in a lot of cases, like from the US, that I wasn't quite sure on how it worked, but surely, because wasn't that one of the things that happened with Megan Boswell? Was it Megan Boswell's case? No, it wasn't. No, it was Orrin and Orson West guys. They were charged for receiving Social Security monies for Orrin and Orson after they went missing. They actually were taken to court for that. I don't know about that. I'll have to check. I'll have to ask John QQ because I'm nearly positive they did have to attend a court hearing about receiving funds from the department after the kids had gone missing. And they had 6 of them. And the department took the other 4. 2 were their biological boys. 2 were Orrin and Orson. They were blood brothers. And then there was another 2 adopted kids as well. So they ended up with no children, but were still receiving money from the department for a period of time. And they had to face, they had a little court hearing probably to organise to have their money returned. And yes, parents do pay. Oh, good on you, Crime and Justice. Thank you. Okay, I just looked it up, and yes, the parents do pay child support if their kids are in foster care long term. Well, that's good. At first he said it was unrelated to someone. Yeah, exactly, Twiggy. He did. It was like, no, it's too dangerous up there. All the people coming up there. You know, it's better that the boys are not there. Hi, Chasing Justice. Welcome. And then, put his own spin on that. It's his decision that his kids are not up on the hill at this very moment, which is a crock of shit. And we all know why the kids were taken. We seen your basement, Donald. Come on now. This is what I don't understand. Do they think people are honestly as gullible, naive, and stupid as they are? Yeah, it's great to have you in here, Chasing Justice. If Josie or any of the other mods would love to pop Chasing Justice's channel in the chat, that is that's totally fine with me. They must think, yeah, that's what I mean. Because they're stupid, they think everyone else thinks like them. And you would think by now they would understand that people are a step ahead of them. Or they're that stupid they still think that they're fooling half of us. But isn't it delightful, you guys? Oh, thank you, Chasing Justice. Thanks so much. Isn't it just awesome to be able to breathe without Mr. and Mrs. Cher and Skeezy and whoever elf on the shelf is that sits up there on Mrs. Cher's lives, without having all that bullshit in your ear and concentrate. Have you guys noticed? Because I've noticed over the last 5 days, I can breathe and actually concentrate on the fundraising for summer and the focus on what Jodie Sue's saying and actually participating in chats where it's not all about all of them and what they're doing and who they're fighting with and all the rest of it. It's a breath of fresh air to not have to put up with their crap. And I love it. And like I was trying to block it out anyway in our lives because we decided as a collective that we're not going to give air to it, and we haven't been. But I just wanted to say how it is good that they're quiet. With behavioural panel, Nancy says, wish behavioural panel asked about Don shooting up on toilet or Candace completely wasted on. I thought Candace was dead, Nancy. When her arm flopped down, oh my God, I honestly thought she just passed away live on YouTube. That's how frightening it was. And yeah, I was concerned and I was scared for her, but I think they just, well, obviously they didn't die. She didn't die. He was back on Mrs. Cher's live the next morning. But what got me, and I said this the other day too, he didn't want to go on camera the next day. And I just thought, you idiot. No, I don't think it'll last either, Mystical, but let's just enjoy it while we can. It's just lovely. I had a YouTube channel tell me earlier that I should start a channel. Oh, Justice for Summer, you should. Absolutely. The more voices out here, the better. Oh, John QQ is in the building. And no, John, I'm not going to go, oh my God, John QQ is here. He cracks me up when he tells the other channels, oh, you should hear her. She goes, oh my God, John QQ, I'm a fangirl. It does crack me up. But I do love having John QQ in here. It's just a respect thing, you know, and that's one thing I've been trying to promote. I know I've only been here a little while, 3 months or whatever, but it's a respect thing to other creators that we do try to keep lifting up the good, and it's a proactive thing and a respect thing, and that's who I am, and that's who I'm going to continue to be. And I would rather praise the good and ignore the bad in life as well as on YouTube. And that's the way I think society should be, you know. Not ignore the bad as in be ignorant to it, but don't give it life, because, you know, sometimes we give life to things way too much than we need to, and we forget about the good. And John QQ and everyone else, by collaborating and us all lifting each other up and spreading the love, we're going to go, oh, look what they've done already, guys, with the fundraiser. John, do you have an update on how much money, when Q Carlock was on Penny's live earlier, she said it was 5,200 and something. I don't have a live update, and I'm pretty sure Q Carlock is having a sleep. I hope. But yeah, it's just amazing. I'm loving it. And True Crime with Libby. We cannot forget True Crime with Libby, guys. She's another beautiful creator that comes and visits us and comes up on panel and has a chat. Yeah, Gabby B, it is over 5,000 now. Pretty sure it was 5,200 last time I seen. I tried to screenshot every time it went up, and then I give up because it was just every couple of hours. It was just. So the only downer thing for me is, okay, let's have a look at this. Can you guys see on the screen right now? So if I want this hoodie, you guys can help me out here. So let's look at this hoodie here. It's $62.83 Australian for me. That I get that. So how much would that be US dollars? I think we have to add a quarter to it. 25. So every Australian dollar, every US dollar is 69 cents Australian at the moment, I'm pretty sure. Nancy Price says news is fake, only YouTube. I was telling my friend that last night, Nancy. I noticed how effective YouTube creators were during Black Lives Matter and the protests and the fallout from George Floyd. And I thought, the old mainstream media, we're only being delivered certain narratives. And I honest to God believe that in so many subjects, and it scares me. And that's why I prefer to watch things live on YouTube, as people are boots on the ground and you get to see what really is happening, because it isn't edited. It's happening like as it happens live. You can't beat that sort of reporting. And it's, hi Levitt, how are you? I haven't been in Discord much lately. And no, guys, I didn't get around to making my Discord last night, but I will definitely do that tonight. Oh my God, John QQ. Guys, look at this. The reward fund is at present $5,754.54 since 9:35 p.m. Eastern in New York. Great job, everybody. John Q Carlock, Penny from True Crime Commentary, Scott H, Tiffany Marie, you guys with your marathons have done an awesome job. I'm going to also share the fundraiser and everything on my Facebook and Instagram, in my Discord when I get that set up tonight. And yeah, guys, you can share it on your local, not your local, your Facebooks and Instagrams and everything as well. Oh, great job, Levid. It is amazing. I nearly needed $1 for every time one of them made coffee. Oh, it was like, yeah, get some coffee into you, keep going. It was great. But at first I didn't even realise it was a marathon. I went to go live and I seen them on and I thought, oh, I'll wait a while before I start my live. And because I didn't want to miss out on anything, and I was waiting and waiting. And I thought, they're never going to stop. And then it was like 3 hours later, and then 6 hours later, I thought, I'm just going live anyway. So I come on live, I finished my live, and it went for 2.5 hours, and I went over and had another look. They were still there. And yes, John, Karen B says, have you been to sleep yet? Because you need to look after yourselves as well. Yes, yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to order a hoodie when I get off. And use the promo code for Australia, which will be, because it's outside of the US, the promo code outside of the US is Find Summer. And the granddaughter's already said, oh, Nan, can I have? Because it's not just, we might be in Australia, but my girls follow Summer. They follow, oh, I forgot to tell you all at the beginning. They found little Christopher Ramirez. Isn't that great news? That was supposed to be my first thing I talked about. And I got sidetracked with the pinning and everything. But yeah, he was found. Just like little AJ in Australia, 4 days from the time he went missing. So that was great news. And that's what led me to talk about my granddaughters. Even though Summer has gone missing in the US, the girls ask me every single day, Nan, have they found out anything about Summer? Or have they found Brian yet? Or whatever. And when they seen me looking at the little merch store and everything, they're like, oh, wow, look at the backpack. Can I have a backpack? Can I have this? So show your families, guys, if they're interested in what's happening, show your grandkids, show your sons and daughters, and they might like to share Summer's face out there as well. And it's not that my girls feel like they're going to put on a hoodie with Summer's face on it and she's going to be found in Australia. I think they see the reality of, you know, she's probably not going to be found in Australia, but it's still somebody they care about. Praise Jesus. Yeah, I know, Nancy. I was so excited. That was the first thing I seen as soon as I woke up, was they'd found him. Is she still really sick, Miss Justice? Oh, that's not good, Nita. I'll have to send her a message and see how she is. Oh, night, Betty Boop. You have a good rest. I put up purple ribbons and big purple bows today. Oh, you're beautiful, Justice for Summer. I was just asking you, Sharon, about Christopher. Thanks. Yeah, It was so good. I seen photos of him in the back of a police car with his mum, and it just melted my heart. She's, cradling his little face with her hands, and yeah, very, very special. 16 hours yesterday, you're kidding. I knew it went forever because I went and did groceries because I have my earbuds in 24/7, and I'm not exaggerating. I even flip them in my sleep. I will change them over during the night. I knew it went forever because, as I said, I had a full day. I did a live, I'd done groceries, everything, and you guys were still on there. And I keep trying to pop in and out and say hi. Miss Q Carlock took a 3.5-hour nap. Wow. It's amazing. And look at the proof of it. Nearly $6,000, guys. I probably will be over 6,000 after I do my order. Yeah, you do need more sleep than 3.5 hours, John. I can't survive without sleep. I really can't. I'm too old now because my brain just goes like I'm scattered at the best of times and can't think straight. But when I don't sleep, it's just, I'm not productive to myself or anybody around me. It's a wonder you still have a voice, John. It really is. Miss Justice. Okay, Miss Justice, I'll check. Yeah, we want to found too, John. We're hearing you. We're right behind you guys. 1000%. And I think 423 Chase is having a nap right now as well. He come into Penny's live towards the end and said he was off, and he sounded beat. And every time I come live, that man comes in, doesn't he, guys? You guys are all my witness. Nearly every live we do, 423 Chase will come in and respectfully thank all of us for still talking about Summer, still keeping her name said and her pictures up there and everything else. And a little tiny thing like that, as well as everything else he's doing, plus he's been there for Jodie Sue the last couple of days as well, guys. Like, there are special souls in this world that we all need to take our hat off to. And it just warms my heart to know that there really are still good people in the world, because it can be rotten at times, as we know. Is it true water in toilet swells opposite in toilet than USA? I don't know which way it goes in US. Okay, I know this is the most ridiculous topic, but it's funny. And it's things I think about. In America, are the toilet bowls, are they full of water, like 3/4 full with water when you sit down? Like the water's high? I know it's a stupid question. We press the button and our water's like really, you can see like 3 inches of water in the bottom of our toilet bowl. I don't even know whether it's a good idea to go and take a photo of the toilet flushing, like a little 20-second live of flushing the toilet in Australia. Maybe this could be a new thing. What's different in Australia to America? And believe it or not, guys, I come across a channel last night that there's 2 American guys, okay, and they sit and watch different Australian shows and different Australia events with their commentary, and it was bloody hilarious. It was so cool. I'm going to ask them if I can play a couple of their reviews on my channel because I think you guys would love it. Not super high. So the water level doesn't go all... Because I've got friends who've been to America and they say your water level in your actual bowl is like over halfway. And I was like, really? I can take a photo and I'll show you how low our water is. And I think it goes clockwise. Our water goes clockwise when it flushes. Yeah, ours does too, Crime and Justice, I'm pretty sure. I can honestly say that I've never actually thought about it before, ever in my life. Isn't this a bizarre chat? Half in Canada, yeah. See, I've heard that. Where ours is only 3 or 4, maybe 3 or 4 inches at the most. This is hilarious. That's what he told this person. I wonder if Donald's toilet flushed at all. Like, I'm serious. Mine's set for water conversation, so water only a third of the bowl. See, that's crazy to me. I am going to take a little video of the toilet flushing and I'm going to show you guys tomorrow. So they aren't going to Dr. Phil. What did I miss here? What? Who said they're not going to Dr. Phil? Did I miss something in chat, guys? About them not going to Dr. Phil? Ours only comes up as far as where the S bend starts, if that. Yeah. Yeah, like where the bottom, where everything goes, our water's only like 3 or 4 inches up from that. Not at the top, down the bottom. Really, really low. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Gabby. Oh, you're kidding. He was Susan Smith said he was texting the one party he always talks to. Yeah, sometimes, Nancy, we really do. And it's not that we're forgetting about summer or we're not discussing summer because we always get straight back onto the topic. But sometimes you do need to have a laugh. And I think that's important. Like even John QQ and Q Carlock and Scott and Penny, Tiffany Marie. It's who we are. We have to, we wouldn't be able to keep going day after day after day if we didn't have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a fun time as well. I'm not sure where this Dr. Bill message is coming from. Do we know? I know nothing about it, guys, because I'm concentrating on the chat. And promo code for USA is Fine Summer. Ocean's Daughter, and welcome. Great to have you in here. We haven't had any drama in our chat for days, and I respect all of you for always being so lovely in our chat. Like, I know every creator says they have the best chat, but I honestly believe we do. We never have to referee or, you know, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, Susan, I don't know if they would even schedule it yet if they're still at the filming process. But it didn't take him long to get Gabby's parents up there, did it? And I cried. That's when hubby thought I needed help and that I had bipolar so bad, because when I was cooking dinner, I was dancing and singing and, doing the whole twerk thing, cooking tea. And then 3 hours later after tea, I was sitting there with tears pouring down my face like a psycho. And he's like, what is wrong with you? And he was deadly serious. He wasn't mucking around. He thought I'd lost my mind. And he says, is this good for you to keep doing this? And I said, I'm good. Like, I am good. And I don't want to stop what I'm doing. Because if I had to stop for any reason, I would beat myself up for the rest of my life that I quit on Summer or I quit on little Christopher Ramirez if he was still missing, or anybody we talk about and discuss. I know she would be in kindergarten. She would have made heaps of little friends by now, and all them little first experiences that she's been robbed of. And then I get cranky. And then Susan Smith says, this person texted Don Wells on their show and he told them he didn't go. Susan, is this from Mr. and Mrs. Share's channel? I'm going to have a quick little sticky bake here. We go there. I'm just having a little sticky bake, guys. Where did it go? Now I've lost my mouse cursor. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. You know who I'm talking about? They can't go. One say not talking to him. It could be a while, especially with the behavioural panel coming out. Dr. Phil would want to respect that. Yeah. I think he will. Like, I've been the biggest fan of Dr. Phil for so many years, and I don't think he will half-assedly do it, if that makes sense. Oh, where is this gone? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find, because I don't go to her channel much. It doesn't come up. I have to actually search for it. Let's see. Yeah, I can't see anything on here. Videos. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. If anyone gets any more info, give us a yell. Hi, Denise Stagner. How are you? Glad to see you. Yeah, he was telling her to go back to her perfect life with her perfect children. It was insane. Hubby's just arrived home from his hunting trip. So he was telling me something in the background. Apparently he sent me a text message to do something for him, and I didn't see the text message because I've been on here, but that's all good. He would have known what I was doing if I didn't reply to him. Yeah, I don't know what colour hoodie I want, guys. I'm a pink freak, so I think I'm going to go this one. And they look like really good quality too, don't they? Summer. And she would have lost her first little teeth by now as well. It's just sad. Being honest, I don't think I can be in the same room as Donald Wells. I think I'd lose my... Yeah, me too. I would be throwing shit at him and just grabbing him. Yeah. So why tell they are going on that talk show and then say they didn't go? Makes no sense to me. Yeah, I don't know who said they didn't go, so has been doing lives for... Gabby B says BBTW has been doing lives for a few days now, just been doing their lives from their Mr. and Mrs. Chair channel. Okay. I'm going to have a look when I get off. I know she has another cat. You can't tell me the first cat likes her. I say this every single time her name's brought up. She tries to cuddle that poor little cat on her lap and the cat doesn't like her. Yeah, I think I'm going to order this pink one. I love it. You can tell, can't you? It looks thick and comfy. The stitching looks... It doesn't look like an El Cheapo crappy one. It looks really good quality to me. And your order is very much appreciated, Ocean's daughter. Best cause ever. Crime and justice. What was that? Him beating that fridge with a shovel. I wanted to take it and whack him with it. Absolutely. There around the ears. Oh, I don't... Is that their idea of fun? Yes, I know what you're talking about too, Justice for Summer. The very close picture of them, it should be taken down. It shouldn't be allowed. I think it's disgusting and not appropriate. It's not the appropriate platform for something like that, in my opinion. She looks... yeah, no. Give me just a few hours. Candace and Don would tell me, truth, believe me, they'd sing like canaries. I love that, Nancy. They both need to come across with where... I know. Yeah. I keep, I read the comments and then I'm thinking of different things Jodie Sue said, and that they really were out there looking for Summer, and a lot of people were getting, I don't know, I think they were feeling that she was defending them in any way, but I don't think she was trying to defend them. She was just relaying her perception of what was going on at that exact time that Summer went missing and the hours afterwards. I love turquoise, Jenny. It's really big in the patchwork world right now too. Turquoise goes with every other colour. It's just turquoise and greys and pinks. Even navies, turquoise looks beautiful with. No, mystical. I feel the thing with the cats is, up yours to everyone, because everyone always gives her the attitude about, oh, you were convicted of animal torture. And she was. Like, she was charged with it. So I just feel like she's been a real smart ass by having the cat on her lap and forcing people to see her, holding a cat. It's just to get up people's noses. It's not because she really, really loves that cat. And that's why she got another cat, so that we feel doubly anxious for that cat. And it gives all her not fan people something else to talk about her. That's just my thoughts on that. In Australia, we are told to remove all doors from fridges we are discarding because children can hide in them and suffocate. Yeah, exactly. At our local garbage tip, they removed the doors. Actually, when I was a little kid, a friend of mine lived on a farm with her family, and one of their cousins went missing for 4 hours on their farm, and he was only about 4, and they found him in the fridge, and thankfully he was still alive, but not in a good way. Like, the oxygen had got really, really low in there, and it was really hot. But yeah, he was saved and got out alive. But it could have, any longer, they reckon he would have passed away. When my kids were little, because we never had, when we were first married, we never had things brand new. Like these days, the young couples, when they get married, I don't know if it's like this in the US, but they all have to have the best of everything straight up. Let's build a house. Let's have the, your 4-wheel drive Toyota Prados, and, everything's got to be straight away. But when we first got married, 32 years ago, we didn't have everything brand new straight away. We had second-hand stuff, and that stuff comes in time, and we were aware of that when we first got married. So my eldest, when she come along and she was like 4 or 5, she would get in there and have fridge parties. Like, she would, I can remember one morning waking up and I've walked into the kitchen. Luckily, we had a linoleum floor coverings. She had 3 dozen eggs, like, whisked all over the kitchen floor, mixed in with sliced beetroot and baked beans, and it was like a living whole floor omelette waiting to be cooked. And I was over her getting into the fridge, and she wouldn't listen. Like, she just kept doing it over and over and over. So hubby put a lock on the top of the fridge so she couldn't open it, but it was, not a lock as in a padlock, just a little slider lock so she couldn't get into it. But if you did that these days, you'd be in trouble. Hi, Holly Berry. But yeah, fridges can be dangerous if they're left out in the yard, and little ones. And freezers, the chest freezers where they actually do hide bodies in? I've watched lots of true crime over the years, and the amount of people that murder people and hide them in the freezer, full-bodied, even without dismemberment, is insane. Yeah. I've watched too much true crime over the years, guys. I really have. When I bought my house many moons ago, I started with secondhand furniture and white goods. I already bought my TV and stereo system a few years before. Yeah, like when hubby and I started going out, I already had my own house and furniture and everything, but nothing in it. I think the stereo might have been Gabby. The only thing that was I had bought brand new, but everything when you very first start normally isn't the best of everything. But I have noticed, a lot of the young couples these days, they just want everything all at once. Like they're building the house before they're even married, and it's just so opposite to the way things were 30 years ago. We were all sort of happy. Like we only bought our first brand new car. We've had this one 5 years. The one before that we bought brand new and we had it for 3 years, and it was a Hyundai iX35 when we so that's 8 years ago was the first time we bought a brand new car, not a second-hand one. But if you told the young couples these days, oh no, you should definitely progress into these things, they'd look at you like you were a moron. Like, what are you thinking? Well, no, all my friends have four-wheel drives and, they're all like $60,000 or $70,000. That's what I've got to have. It just amazes me. Nancy Pryor says that Denise, they're not good peeps, but I type twice to share. Please ask Don, how does he feel if Summer was murdered? Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Nancy. It's a lot. Thank you, Mystical. You have a great night too. Rest up, everyone, when you do. Gabby B says white goods like TVs, washing machines, freezers, etc. all kick the bucket at the same time, so best to buy them at different times to save. I know. We're nearly up for a new fridge too. We've got like the side-by-side, like it's all one thing, but the fridge on one side and the freezer door on the other side, and the fridge side has no space for anything. You can never find what you're looking for. It takes you 3 days to find like the strawberry jam, and I'm not super organized, as in I have categories for each shelf on the fridge and all that sort of thing, like all these wonderful housewives. I chuck it in the fridge, it's in there, it's cold, I get it out, I use it, it's gone. Like I'm that person. Yeah, white goods don't last like they used to, and I don't think we have them repaired as often as we did back in the day. Now, if they die, they die. We chuck them out, we buy a new one. The throwaway society. That's what hubby always calls it. Like if your toaster these days breaks down, you chuck it in the bin, you just fly down the street and buy another toaster. But years ago, it wasn't like that. You would take your toaster to be fixed up and stuff. It's going to rain, guys. It's a Sunday afternoon, cloudy. I love rainy Sundays. I don't know what it is, but I love them. Yeah, fridges don't last that long. Ours has lasted long. You know what, Gabby B? Because I hate my fridge, it's going to last 10 years, I reckon. But I think it might become a shed fridge. And because hubby no doubt will need a new beer fridge soon. And we're big on that in Australia, guys. We have shed fridges. Hubby even has one of them ones in the back of his ute that slides out, a Waco, I think you call them. And he has a fridge in the back of there as well. I always wanted a little bar fridge next to my side of the bed, but we've never done that. What time is it in Australia? So in New South Wales, Australia, which is on the East Coast, it is 2:42 p.m. Sunday afternoon, Nancy. And it's 10:41 p.m. Saturday night there. Is that right? The lab has a Facebook post from Don. Oh, what? I'll have a look. Hang on, I'll have a look, guys. Google, Facebook. Oh no, maybe I'll go up here. Yep. So we're searching for Donald Wells. I put a D in and he's the first person that comes up. The last post Donald put up was October 7th. Is that what you guys are saying? Oh, hang on.
Okay. I'll tell you. Just come. Just I'll give you my phone. Give me a call.
Hang on.
Or come on the air, whatever you want to do. But I'll tell you. I'll tell you why we do this. Because you're despicable. And you attack women. There's so many things about you that are unflattering, and then you amplify those when you speak. You know, come on. Come talk to me. Any of everybody, you guys, they're welcome. Defenders of Don on his side, other channels, you're welcome to come on here and have a spirited discussion and debate. And I will tell you why you get treated the way that you do. And it's not simply because you're an asshole. It's part of the reason, but it's not solely the reason.
I'm trying to get the screen up, guys, but it won't.
It's a pattern.
Here we go.
He likes to fight with women. It's just one of his things. This was October 6th. This is, I believe, I'm not sure. I don't want to really play the sound here, but got some people out here playing ball or whatever. This is on his This is on his Facebook account. And Crime Stories Obsessed. If you happen to catch this, I am sorry you didn't deserve Don's venom. You didn't do anything wrong. You reported on something that is very well known.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the visual up here.
Like I said, you didn't do anything wrong. And now as you take a look at some of the surrounding areas, I mean, this is just so many obstacles, and the terrain is bad enough.
The proper lab isn't coming up.
And, you know, that trail, it's just so eerie seeing this. And, you know, I hear people talking about that went on Dr. Phil, and I've heard that, and I don't know if that's confirmed, but if it is, Dr. Phil's going to ask him to take a lie detector test. And, you know, who knows?
No, I can't stop it.
Let's see. The lab, I believe Don Wells confused.
Shit. Where did it go? Hang on, I know where it went.
Yeah, I'm sure he hates all of us. You know, he sucks.
So it's okay.
He sucks. I mean, whatever.
I'm just going to stop that and try and open it up here. Yeah. So he's trying to get Donald. It will not come up here. If I go back to your chat, hang on, Miss Justice, I'm just going to go back into here. I've got to go into the live. Because now I've worked out you've got to do it from here. No, I don't. He gets really angry too. Yeah, we do, Gabby, get to know each other. I am still trying to work this out right here. Yeah, we do, Gabby, get to know each other.
See what I've done?
Still trying to. We're getting there, guys. If I open that in new tab, now it'll work.
Tells me he believes the trouble started at the basement door, a door he says her brothers often left unlocked and wide open.
So we'd get on them a lot, and so you can't do that, but it just
takes me a little bit, but I'm getting there.
We'd always find it open a lot of times and stuff, but we tried to control that, but to know, that couldn't control it 100% of the time.
Don Wells tells me Summer was last seen going to the basement to play with her toys. Her three older brothers upstairs, her mother and grandmother in the yard facing away from the basement door, and Don Wells at work.
We don't know if someone was waiting in the basement or if she come outside here and went to the swing. All we know is she went down the basement.
Wells says he believes someone was lurking at the top of the dog trail, just feet away from the basement door. He says the predator somehow managed to snatch Summer, then raced down the steep hill as she struggled.
I guess he was all walk around there.
Who's that guy in the background?
The trail was not an easy walk. To get down the rugged hill, Wells and I had to hold on to trees. I struggled not to trip or even fall on tree roots.
So
the dog kind of came down this trail.
Yeah.
Pretty steep.
Yeah. I didn't know the dog even had to go down through here. So the police dogs followed it all the way to the road.
Will says he overheard authorities say search dogs followed Summer's scent down the trail to the road before losing it. He painted a vivid picture of a kidnapping, telling me a neighbor likely heard Summer scream.
I think whoever got there probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got down to here somewhere because our neighbor heard a scream, a really funny scream. I think they just carried her to a vehicle and threw her in there and took her somewhere far away from here.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has not publicly commented on specifics of the case until now. I asked Sheriff Lawson.
Okay, so pay attention here because this gives me some glimmer of hope, but let's hear what he has to say, and I'll tell you my thoughts on the other side.
Lawson about Wells' claims.
I hope Josh
Did
doesn't
dogs
get
follow
angry
Summer's
with me,
scent
guys.
down the trail to the main road? The sheriff says yes.
The dogs had a pretty good trail on the track for a little while, but they disappeared, but they lost scent when they come to the road. And sometimes canines, they will lose the scent when it changes different type, or they maybe went from the gravel to the pavement.
And did a neighbor hear a scream?
Best I recall, it's been a couple months ago. I think that was unfounded.
Wells tells me the family home on Ben Hill Road is surrounded by drug dealers and buyers.
You get all kinds, with the drug trade, and we've seen quite a bit of stuff surrounding the meth thing. We parked our neighbors caught them parked at our road in our driveway in the middle of the night or early in the morning and stuff like that, and run them off, and they get mad and they raise Cain, and we've had quite a bit of problems.
But Sheriff
We'll just
Lawson
play
tells
this
me
and we'll
Wells
stop.
lives on a quiet street.
I've heard rumors of, there is maybe a drug dealer on that road, but it's just like anywhere. Ben Hill Road is no different than any other roads in Hawkins, or any other county, as far as even Knox County. We all have drug problems, but no, that's not that problem. That's not correct either.
It's like a hot spot.
No, it's not a hot spot. And it's a dead end road, so there's very little traffic, if any.
Don Wells says he doesn't know why anyone would take his daughter, but isn't shocked by the disappearance of a child.
There's a lot of missing children.
But Sheriff Lawson says children don't just go missing, especially in Hawkins County.
No, ma'am, we don't have any other missing children.
At Summer's Hilltop home, Wells showed me a refrigerator he says Summer played on.
I don't know what else she did. I don't know what in the world is that?
And we walked to Summer's swing.
What?
Her favorite.
That's her favorite. Yeah, she liked to twirl.
Don Wells is pleading for his daughter's return.
Whoever has her will have mercy, and please let her come home.
Sheriff Lawson says investigators remain committed to finding Summer.
Everyone in Summer's case is still a suspect.
Don Wells tells me he didn't know the dog trail existed until after Summer disappeared.
Erica, you've talked to Summer's mother before as well. She was not a part of this story. Where was she when you were doing these interviews?
Candace Bly was at the home during the interview, but she didn't want to talk and she stayed inside.
What about this, Erica? Does the sheriff still believe that the public can help find Summer?
Sheriff Lawson says he wants people in the Beach Creek area to keep looking for signs of Summer, especially pieces of clothing that could still turn up in fields. Investigators also need help finding that red Tacoma truck seen in the area near the time of Summer's disappearance. It has a ladder rack and white buckets in the bed.
Still haven't found that. All right, Erica, thank you.
Summer's father tells me he believes the trouble started.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just unpack that there for a second. So we have, let me take this down here. So what we have basically here is the sheriff is disputing basically everything that's being said. What Don says, the sheriff doesn't corroborate or back up. And this is the first time on record that the sheriff is saying basically, no, That's not true.
I better not keep doing that just in case Josh gets upset, guys. I don't want him to think I'm streaming him live to get views, because that's not the right thing to do. And I don't want to upset anybody in our community. I respect Josh. I think he's equally as great as our other creators, and he's not going to let go of it either. And yes, I'm on the same page as you, Melissa, in Tennessee. Everybody that lives in the area has said what a drug den it is on Beach Creek Road and around that area. So why would Ronnie Lawson be contradicting that? That just doesn't make sense to me. The only thing I did like out of anything he had to say is that everyone's still a suspect. Liver lips Lawson, keep trying, keep lying. We have to get someone to go up against him, Melissa. This is my new thing. We need a new sheriff. We need to shake that county sheriff's office up and get new blood in there. Get rid of the corruption and the little cliques that have formed over how many years he's been in office. Surely there has to be someone that can stand up and challenge him, because I'm learning, guys, every day how all this works. As I said, I didn't understand up until 2 days ago that you had to be elected to be sheriff. So that's why he's been there, because in Australia they don't encourage like the head of one town's police department to stay there for an overly extended period of time. They seem to move around and change it up quite often. So even that is bizarre to me, that he's been sheriff for as long as he's been, because they do become biased and like they've got to live in that community as well as try and police it. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that they move them around and change it up and stuff like that. And this guy needs to be challenged. Dog needs to go potty. No worries, Nancy. Contradicting because he doesn't want the truth out there about his town secrets. Absolutely. And guys, if you haven't been over, has anybody seen True Crime? And I know she won't mind me sharing it. I say I know she won't mind. I would prefer not to, because I haven't emailed her to ask her, but she has a 4-minute little video on her channel she uploaded yesterday, and it's titled something about skeletons, and it's quite elusive, but go over and have a little watch of that. And that's just an example of the stuff she has uncovered. And let's make Google our friend, and let's start digging into the backgrounds of law enforcement and help the cause, because that's the only way it's going to happen. If people don't make a noise and get a rally behind getting rid of this guy, nothing in the area is ever going to change. Like, the corruption's just going to breed and get worse and worse for the vulnerable people that they can stand over, or whatever else is happening. You would think, Melissa, he would have ruled people out by now. It's 4 months next Saturday. Why? Okay, with the little boy that, for an example, little Christopher Ramirez that went missing 4 days ago, in the first 48 hours, they had ruled out his mother and grandmother and the families, like the biological dad that lived in Mexico. 48 hours, they had already ruled them out of foul play. So why is it taking so long? Yeah, we know that too, Melissa, that there's a convicted felon as our circuit court clerk. So the corruption is rampant. And more is coming to light by the day. And so you obviously live in Tennessee, Melissa. Do you live around that? Well, you're saying we, so you're part of that community. Thank you for coming in here, Melissa, because it's great to have locals that are living in the community that can give us their opinion. Like, I'm in a whole different country, so everything to me is a learning curve. Yeah, I was aware of that person. Yeah, like, hi, Beagle Mama. How are you? This corruption is widespread all over the US. Yeah. In the skeleton video, yes. It's, I just wonder, yeah, your mind just goes crazy, doesn't it? Just thinking about who's involved and for what reasons and what they're trying to cover up. And like, I know we all hear about the sex trafficking things and what a huge problem it is and stuff like that. But they just don't seem to be eliminating anybody. And it's just going around in a great big bloody circle. And that's the frustrating part. Oh, really? That's really interesting. So that's Vanda, because we had questions earlier in the chat before you come in about, is it Vanda Monthort? What was his name, guys? Her ex. So Ronnie Lawson is longtime friends with Jody Sue's ex and the ex's parents. Oh, you're in a different county. Oh, that's good, Beagle Mama. Do you know the 2 dogs you hear barking on my live sometimes are my neighbour's dogs, and they're 2 beagles as well? Voldemort. That's quite interesting to me. I'm going to look into that. Voldemort. But surely there's some ambitious, respectful, honest, there for the right reason law enforcement officer who can go up against Lawson. I think it needs to become a thing. Yeah, my budgies. Well, some are budgies and some are just birds that are flying around. Yeah, sure, Miss Justice. I would love that. I'll get my messenger up. Our county mayor was convicted of felony fraud, and now 10 years later, he is our circuit court clerk. Oh my God. How do they even allow that? Yeah, but guys, in Australia, we had a big controversy in the, I'm pretty sure it was the 80s. Gabby, you might know more. Where in Sydney, there was this department of detectives down there that were actually running and had drug syndicates working for them, as well as prostitution rings, the whole bit. And the detectives were actually the kingpins of the whole thing. And one informant girl went on national TV and called out the names of the detectives and everything else. And she went into witness protection, and a few years later, not straight away, Roger Rogerson, for any of the Aussies that are in here. And not long ago, so that informant girl, she was found dead, drowned, strangled in a pond in Hyde Park in the middle of Sydney. And then a few years ago, he was also convicted of murder and is now spending the rest of his life in prison. Roger Rogerson. It sure is, Gabby. And his little team of no good. Oh my God, it makes me so mad, that whole scenario. But how brave she was. I can't even think of her name right now, but she was so brave to come out, because they killed her boyfriend, and that's why she couldn't shut up, but she put her own life in danger by doing it. That was so sad. Tracy, was it Tracy? Did you send it to the... No, Down Under. And just for the people who don't know, I am on Facebook as Down Under Crime Talks, and on Instagram. So Miss Justice has just sent me, wow, how do I get that bigger? On my computer screen, it is so tiny, Miss Justice. I'll put it in my documents and see if I can get it bigger. It's the post that Josh, it was Eddie Smith. Eddie Smith was his mate, wasn't it? Yeah, he was an Asian uni student, and they murdered him and put him in a storage locker or something, and then got the boat and took him out to sea off Sydney Harbour, and many would hang, yes. I'm just going to try and open this now in documents and see if we can get it bigger. It is bigger, but still not big enough. Hang on, I'm getting there. So he's having a go at Crime Stories Obsessed. It's gone all blurry because I've made it bigger. I'll read it out to you. Maybe that'll be helpful. Yeah? Because it goes bigger on my monitor, but then it goes really blurry and you can't read it. So I'll do it on my computer screen and read it to you guys. Okay. So this is written by Donald Wells. Crime stories obsessed. Seems you're perfect in every way. Have all the perfect answers. Know all. Perfect house, plenty of money, perfect dogs and property as you walk around on your fiery darts on your perfect property, judging others as you walk in your perfect life. Go ahead, keep hurting us with your fiery darts. We weren't born into a perfect life, and maybe we do have problems. Maybe because predators, she's a predator, like you, have been hurting us as long as we can remember. So as you are making yourself look so perfect and important, just remember you're doing it at the cost of stepping on our heads and making it ever harder on our kids. We are trying hard to hold a job down and then work on our house all we can. And sure, we will never be as perfect as you, but we will keep trying. Everything we've done to our house, we've done ourselves, as we can't afford contractors like you can. What the actual fuck? Why is he coming for crime stories obsessed? See how he goes after guys, what a bloody nutter. See, every statement he makes, he's the victim. And somebody's always putting him down. No, he didn't mention Saturn for once. Yeah, go play your violin a bit longer, Donny boy. You've had how many years? 13 years, he said he's been living on that hill since his mother passed away. He's had 13 years to do something to that property. And if he's got 3,000 in the bank, he could have bought some beds, some sheets. No, don't comfort Emma, I'm telling you now. She is the sweetest, most beautiful person. You only have to listen to her for 5 minutes. Why would he go for Emma? How many other creators are saying the same things as Emma? What a piece of shit. Seriously. I'm annoyed now. Don't go for Emma in front of me because, no, she's a sweetheart. See how he goes on about everyone else being perfect? Poor little fucker Donna who's got nothing. Yeah, no, not buying it. Your focus, Donald, has been on your drug deals every second day of the week and wiping yourself out at 5 p.m. every single night. That's why you're not perfect. That's why you don't have a perfect house or a perfect life, you piece of shit. No, you didn't upset me, Miss Justice. It's just him. You didn't do it. I would have seen it sooner or later and lost me shit. Yeah, he didn't even have to pay for the property. He doesn't have to pay rent every week. It's absolute bullshit. Hang on, guys. I'm not in the good books, guys. Apparently, hubby messaged me on his way home from his hunting trip because I put his racing bets on for him online, and he had sent me a message to put a bet on for him, which he rarely ever does, mind you. We're not big gamblers, so don't think we are. And he's given me the horse number and race and everything. And because I was on here, I didn't see it. And the bloody thing just won. And he would have won $7,000. So he just come up to tell me how much he would have won if I'd seen his message and put his bet on. The cheese slipped off the cracker just slightly, Melissa. Someone on the lab said he might be confused with another creator. It's possible. But I thought I'd watch both of Emma's videos this morning, and she did do a couple of short little videos, but yeah, there's a lot of other creators he could go for other than Emma that are laying the boot in a lot harder. I want to know what's going on with him apparently not being on Dr. Phil now. I'm so confused. Yeah, what a bugger, Miss Justice. I could have bought a new computer chair. I'm actually sitting on a garden chair in front of the desk and the monitors because the other chair was a kitchen chair I was using, and it's way too high and it just feels really uncomfortable and awkward. So I've bought in a garden chair and it's the right height, but it's not that comfortable. So if he'd won the $7,000, I could have went and bought a new. Oh dear, you got to laugh. We weren't meant to have it. That's just the way you got to look at it. Anyway, I better go and face the music. And own it and apologize. And I might be back later, but if I'm not, have a good night, guys, and take care of yourself. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. And don't forget about the reward fund and share it out. If you're not in a position to be able to order anything, just sharing it is heaps appreciated as well. So thanks for coming in. Thank you so much, mods. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. And Melissa in Tennessee and anyone else that's new, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I'd love to have you come back in and join us again. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Good night.